Well, howdy people. Now, I used to like drinking Peroni at the weekends, you know. I think it's a nice, clean beer, especially when it's really chilled. But I've had to stop drinking Peroni because they raised the prices to far too expensive for what it is. I saw it in the grocery store for £8.25 for 4 bottles of 330ml. That makes them about £2 and 8p a bottle. I mean, it's a good beer, but it ain't that good. So I'm actually looking for a cheaper alternative. Anyway, we all know about wokeness, don't we? And for me, wokeness is basically femon ideology. When something goes woke, it usually stops working the way it should and becomes weak. And of course, all the things that go woke go broke. But how deep does actually wokeness go? Well, here's something I've noticed a long time. Take the media, the news. You ever notice that there's more and more femons newsreaders, weather people? And they kind of talk in a sort of tone way to dramatize the news, whatever it is. To try and make it far more serious than it really is. Christ, they even dramatize the weather, don't they? Using all these scary big words. When really actually all it is a thunderstorm. And what it is just to create drama. We all know femons love drama. They watch their soaps every day nearly for the drama. They go on holiday, and as soon as they get back, the first thing they want to see is their soap, to see what's happened. The reason I say that is because I watched there today on the news. And the way they were talking, of course it was a femon announcer, was like as if it was the end of the world. And all us guys know that femons can make a drama out of doing the dishes. But of course a modern femon wouldn't do the dishes. They don't do much of anything. Unless it's on OnlyFans, that is. Of course, I don't watch the news anymore, especially on TV. You can be quite happy in yourself and watch the news, which kind of goes on forever, and want to kill yourself at the end of it. Not because the news is so bad, but it's just been dramatized so much. Of course, sometimes they have a happy ending, usually with a pet. Sort of like they would have on a sort of a children's TV program. Which of course makes sense, because they're talking to you in a sort of condescending way, like you are children. One of the first things that goes out the window when wokeness comes in is professionalism. But I was just wondering if anybody else kind of noticed it. Because to me, that's a form of wokeness. It's been feminized, the media. And here's something just off the side. I caught the bus downtown today. There was quite a few femons on the bus, talking loudly. In fact, they never shut up until I got off the bus, and it's probably still talking. I looked around for some cameras, in case they were recording The View or Loose Women. That was on the way there, and on the way back. Why do femons think we want to hear about what they're talking about? They weren't really listening to each other because they were both talking the same time. Because, to be honest, it was all a bunch of BS. Superficial garbage. You know, tonight I could do with a really good Peroni, but I haven't got any. Because, you know, ice water and ginger ale just doesn't cut it, does it? Anyway, that's my problem. But wokeness is all of our problem. It's kind of like an infection. Nobody knows the cure yet. Maybe the next video will be a lot happier. Maybe not. Take it easy.